But were you ever aware, Mr. Vice President, that interest in the Bidens, that interest in investigating the Bidens was at least in part of the reason for aid to Ukraine being held up? Were you ever aware?
I never discussed the issue of the Bidens with President
But within the
Zelensky,
administration, were you ever aware of within the administration?
What I can tell you is that all of our discussions internally, I mean, the president and our team and our contacts in my office with Ukraine, were entirely focused on the broader issues of the lack of European support.
But you were aware of interest in the Bidens being investigated, and that being tied to aid to Ukraine being held up.
Well, that's your question. Let me be very clear. The issue of aid and our efforts with regard to Ukraine were, from my experience, in no way connected to the very legitimate concern the American people have about corruption that took place, about things that happened in the 2016 election.
But were you aware of others in the administration having those conversations?
About the issue that former Vice President Biden had his son on the board of a major energy company in Ukraine at a time that Vice President Biden was running the United States efforts in Ukraine. I think the American people have a right to know what was going on, and but all of our discussions, all of my discussions with the leadership in Ukraine was entirely focused on President Trump's priority.
Had you read the transcript before that September 1st call? Had you read the transcript before that September 1st meeting?
Were you briefed on the July 25th call, sir?
Go ahead, right back there.
Mr. Vice President, during the campaign in 2016, you had said that foreign governments cannot participate in the American political process.
Right.
Do you still stand by that today?
Well, I do. I think that's why President Trump is so concerned about foreign interference in our election in Ukraine. If you read the transcript, you will see that the president said to President Zelensky that our country had been through a lot, and then he had a question about foreign interference in our 2016 election. I mean, to be honest with you, when did you all lose interest in foreign interference in the 2016 election? President Trump wants to get to the truth. He wants to know what happened in 2016, and the American people have a right to know whether the former vice president and who was representing and leading the United States interests in Ukraine was in any way impacted by the fact that his son was being paid $50,000 a month to be on the board of a major Ukrainian energy company. I don't believe that's the case. And again, but I know that's the way Chairman Schiff characterized it in his manufactured version of the transcript. But the American people should read the transcript, and they will see that the president did nothing wrong. There was no pressure. There was no quid pro quo. The president simply raised issues of importance and interest to the American people. And I think as we go forward, that'll become more evident.
And you categorically deny that there was quid pro quo.
He was joking when he...
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.